Welcome to our channel History of Coins, where we explore the hidden gems of numismatics. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of rare quarter-dollar coins, cause some of these coins hold an incredible history, and some are worth millions. So today, we are gonna uncover the rarest varieties and their values. So make sure to watch the complete video and find out if you have one of these. Now let's continue our today's video. Top 1 today, we've got an exciting story to share about one of the most fascinating coins in American numismatics, the United States 5-cent coin from 1963. At first glance, this coin might look like a simple nickel, but it holds a story that could surprise you and potentially make you a lot of money. Stick with us until the end of the video to discover just how much this coin is worth in today's market. Now, let's travel back in time to 1963. The United States was in the midst of a transformative period. The country was coming out of the post-World War II boom, and the economy was thriving. The 1960s were filled with cultural shifts, technological advancements, and political changes. The 5-cent coin of 1963, also known as the nickel, was produced during a time of great stability in the country. This nickel features the iconic profile of President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, a design that has become synonymous with the U.S. coinage system. On the reverse side, you'll find the depiction of Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia estate, adding a historic touch to the coin. But before we dive into the rarity and value of this specific coin, let's take a quick look at the design. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938 and has been a staple of U.S. currency ever since. The 1963 version is part of a long-running series of these coins, but it stands out in ways that might surprise you. While most of these coins circulated heavily in the economy, some key factors contribute to its current value. Now, you might be wondering, what makes a 1963 5-cent coin so special? After all, millions of these coins were minted, and many of them are still around today. The truth is, the value of a coin is determined by a combination of factors, including rarity, condition, and any unique characteristics it might have. The 1963 nickel is no exception. For most collectors, this coin is considered relatively common. But finding one in exceptional condition can turn it into a hidden treasure point. One of the most significant factors influencing the value of the 1963 5-cent coin is its condition. While these coins were produced in large quantities and used frequently in daily transactions, finding one in mint condition is rare. Coins that have been well preserved, with minimal wear and tear, can fetch much higher prices than those that have been circulated. If your 1963 nickel is in pristine, uncirculated condition, it could be worth a lot more than you'd expect. But it's not just about condition. There are also certain minting errors that can make a 1963 nickel incredibly valuable. For example, some coins may have unique flaws, such as double strikes, misaligned dies, or off-center punches. These errors are highly sought after by collectors because they are one of a kind, and owning one of these rare variants can drastically increase a coin's worth. If you happen to find a 1963 nickel with a minting error, you might just have a treasure in your hands. So, what's the big reveal? How much can a 1963 5-cent coin actually be worth? Well, if you happen to own one of these coins in perfect, uncirculated condition, or better yet, if it has an error that makes it unique, it could be worth a staggering amount of money. Are you ready for the price? A 1963 United States 5-cent coin, in top condition or with a rare error, could be worth a jaw-dropping $81,000. Yes, you heard that right. $81,000 for a single nickel. It's hard to believe, but this goes to show how much hidden value can lie in even the most common coins. If you've got one of these in your collection, make sure to have it professionally graded to get an accurate estimate of its value. So, what should you do if you think you might have one of these rare coins? First, make sure to check its condition carefully. Look for any unique features or minting errors. Then, take it to a professional coin grader or a trusted numismatist to get an expert opinion on its value. As we wrap up today's video, remember that rare and valuable coins are all around us, even in our everyday change. Who knew that a simple 5-cent coin from 1963 could be worth so much? So, keep your eyes peeled for hidden treasures, and don't forget to check your coin collection. Top 2, we're diving deep into the world of American coinage. And we've got an exciting story about a coin that many of you might have lying around in your collection or even in your pocket right now. We're talking about the United States 5-cent coin from 1964. At first glance, this might seem like just another nickel, but believe me, there's more to this coin than meets the eye. Stick around, And by the end of this video, you'll be amazed at how much a simple 1964 nickel could be worth today. Now, let's rewind the clock to 1964. The United States was in the midst of the post-World War II boom, and the country was enjoying economic prosperity. It was a time of great change and optimism. The 1960s marked the beginning of a cultural revolution, with new music, fashion, and social movements shaping the country. In the world of currency, the 1964 5-cent coin, also known as the Jefferson nickel, continued to honor one of America's founding fathers, President Thomas Jefferson. The design of the coin has remained mostly unchanged since its introduction in 1938, making it an iconic part of U.S. coinage. But what makes the 1964 nickel so interesting? Well, while millions of these coins were minted that year, it's the rarity and condition of the coin that can make it highly valuable today. Most 1964 nickels were used in everyday transactions, so finding one in pristine condition is relatively rare. Over the years, coins from this era have been worn down by time and use. However, if you're lucky enough to have a 1964 nickel that has been well preserved or, even better, one that is in uncirculated condition, you could be holding on to a hidden treasure. The design of the 1964 nickel is both simple and striking. On the obverse, you'll find the familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, who was also the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. The reverse features Monticello, Jefferson's plantation home in Virginia, which is an enduring symbol of American history and architectural beauty. It's a timeless design that has resonated with collectors for decades. Now, let's talk about what really drives the value of the 1964 5-cent coin. As we mentioned earlier, condition is key. Most of the 1964 nickels you'll come across will have some degree of wear from years of circulation. However, coins that have been carefully stored in pristine conditions or those that have never been used are much rarer and can command a much higher price. But here's the kicker, it's not just about condition. Some 1964 nickels have unique characteristics or minting errors that can make them worth significantly more. For example, there have been cases where certain 1964 nickels were struck with misaligned dies, creating an error that's highly sought after by collectors. These minting mistakes are rare, and because they are one of a kind, they can drive the value of a coin through the roof. If you have a 1964 nickel that exhibits any kind of unusual feature, such as doubling of the date or design, or an off-center strike, you may be in for a surprise. Even slight imperfections in the minting process can dramatically increase a coin's worth. Collectors are always on the lookout for these rare finds, and the price for these error coins can skyrocket. So, how much can a 1964 5-cent coin be worth? Well, if you happen to have a coin in uncirculated condition, or even better, one with a rare minting error, you could be holding on to something worth far more than face value. Are you ready for the big reveal? A well-preserved 1964 5-cent coin with the right characteristics could be worth an incredible $76,000. Yes, you heard that right. $76,000 for a single nickel. It's hard to imagine, but that's the kind of value these rare coins can hold when they're in excellent condition or have a unique feature that sets them apart. If you're lucky enough to come across one of these coins, you might just have a small fortune on your hands. So, what should you do if you think you found a valuable 1964 nickel? First, carefully examine its condition. Look for any signs of wear, but also keep an eye out for any possible minting errors or unique features. If you think you've found something special, it's always a good idea to take the coin to a professional grader or numismatist who can give you an expert opinion on its value. As we wrap up today's video, remember that the world of coin collecting is filled with hidden treasures, and sometimes, the most unassuming coins can be worth a small fortune. So, the next time you dig through your spare change or coin collection, take a closer look at your 1964 nickels. It might just be worth more than you ever thought. Top 3. We have something truly fascinating to share about a coin that may not seem extraordinary at first, but could be hiding some serious value. We're talking about the 1972 United States 5-cent coin, or the Jefferson nickel. This particular nickel is often overlooked by many, but trust me, there's more to it than meets the eye. By the end of this video, you might just be rushing to check your coin collection to see if you've got a hidden treasure worth a small fortune. Let's set the scene. The year 1972 was a significant time in U.S. history. The country was navigating through a period of social change, with major events happening on both the political and cultural fronts. The Vietnam War was winding down, the Apollo space missions were still fresh in the public's memory, and the music scene was booming with the rise of legendary rock bands. But amidst all of this, the United States Mint was busy producing millions of coins, including the familiar 5-cent piece that we've come to know and love, the Jefferson nickel. For decades, the Jefferson nickel design, featuring President Thomas Jefferson's portrait on the obverse and the iconic Monticello on the reverse, has been a symbol of American coinage. First introduced in 1938, it's one of the longest-running designs in U.S. history. In 1972, the design was still in circulation, but like any coin, it wasn't exactly rare or unique. The 1972 Jefferson nickel was produced in large quantities, and like most coins of its time, it was widely used for everyday transactions. But here's the twist. While the 1972 Jefferson nickel is not a rare coin in terms of total mintage, there are a few factors that can make it highly valuable today. The key to its value lies in its condition and the possibility of certain unique characteristics or errors that can make a coin stand out from the rest. Most 1972 nickels you'll come across today have been used extensively, and they show signs of wear and tear. It's very common to find these coins with scratches, scuffs, or discoloration from years of circulation. But here's where things get interesting. There are some 1972 nickels out there that are in near-perfect or even uncirculated condition. Coins that were carefully stored and never circulated can be worth far more than their face value. However, the real jackpot lies in discovering a 1972 nickel that has a minting error. You see, during the production process, errors can occasionally occur. Some 1972 nickels were struck with misaligned dies, resulting in off-center designs or even double strikes. These types of minting errors are highly coveted by collectors, as they are unique and can drastically increase a coin's value. If you happen to find a 1972 nickel with an unusual feature or mistake, such as a double die, a misaligned design, or an off-center strike, you might have stumbled upon something much more valuable than a typical 5-cent piece. Error coins, especially those that are as old as 1972, are considered rare and are in high demand among collectors. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what is a 1972 5-cent coin really worth? Well, if you have one of these coins in mint or uncirculated condition, or better yet, if it has an error that makes it unique, the value could be astonishing. Are you ready for the big reveal? A 1972 United States 5-cent coin, in excellent condition or with a rare minting error, could be worth a jaw-dropping $70,000. That's right, $70,000. A single 1972 nickel. It may seem unbelievable, but that's the kind of value that rare, error coins can bring in the right market. Coins that have never been used, or those with unique flaws that make them stand out, are extremely valuable to collectors and can fetch eye-watering prices. So, if you think you might have one of these rare 1972 nickels, take a closer look at it. Inspect the coin for any signs of wear and tear, but also look for anything unusual that might make it stand out from the rest. If you find a coin with a minting error or one that's in nearly perfect condition, you could be sitting on a gold mine. To get an accurate assessment, consider taking it to a professional coin grader who can provide a precise evaluation. As we wrap up today's video, remember that the world of coin collecting is filled with hidden gems, and sometimes coins that appear to be ordinary can actually be worth a fortune. If you happen to have a 1972 Jefferson nickel in your collection, it might be worth more than you ever imagined. Top 4, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1985 United States 5-cent coin, or the Jefferson nickel. Now, you might be thinking, it's just a regular nickel, right? But hold on, there's much more to this seemingly simple coin than meets the eye. By the end of this video, you'll be shocked at how much this coin could be worth in today's market. Let's take a trip back to 1985. The United States was in the midst of the 1980s, an era marked by cultural change, technological innovation, and a booming economy. The world was becoming more connected with the rise of personal computers and the beginning of the internet. In the realm of U.S. currency, the 1985 5-cent coin was a regular part of circulation. Featuring the well-known design of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello on the reverse, this coin was used just like any other nickel. But what sets it apart from the others? The key to the value of the 1985 nickel lies in its condition and the possibility of rare minting errors. Most of the 1985 nickels you'll encounter were circulated heavily, leading to the usual wear and tear. Like any other coin, years of use can result in scratches, discoloration, and general damage. But what if you happen to have one that's in pristine, uncirculated condition? A coin that's been carefully preserved over the years, free from the usual damage that comes from circulation? That's where the value starts to climb. As you might know, coin collectors place a premium on coins that have been well preserved. The condition of a coin is one of the most significant factors in determining its value. Coins that have been stored properly, in mint condition, or never circulated can be worth far more than their face value. This is where the 1985 nickel could surprise you. If you happen to find one in excellent condition, it could be worth much more than just 5 cents. But here's the kicker: the true value of the 1985 nickel comes from the rare minting errors that may be hiding in your collection. During the minting process, mistakes can occasionally occur. For example, some 1985 nickels were struck with misaligned dies, which resulted in off-center images or designs that are not as crisp and sharp as they should be. These minting errors are highly sought after by collectors because they are one-of-a-kind pieces that stand out from the rest. Other types of errors that could be found on a 1985 nickel include double dies, where part of the coin's design is slightly duplicated, creating an interesting effect that collectors love. Coins with these kinds of mistakes can easily become rare treasures. If you're lucky enough to have a 1985 nickel with one of these errors, you could be looking at a coin that's worth much more than its face value. So, how much can a 1985 5-cent coin actually be worth? Well, if you have one of these coins in top condition or, even better, a rare minting error, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Are you ready for the big reveal? A well-preserved 1985 nickel or one with a minting error could be worth a surprising $65,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $65,000 for a single 5-cent coin. It may sound unbelievable, but the truth is that rare coins like these, in exceptional condition or with unique flaws, are highly valued by collectors. If you have a 1985 nickel that's never been used or one with a special minting error, it could fetch a jaw-dropping price at auction or from a private buyer. So, what should you do if you think you might have a rare 1985 nickel on your hands? First, take a good look at its condition. Does it look fresh, shiny, and free from damage? If it's in mint condition, it's already worth more than a regular nickel. Then, check for any unusual features or errors. Look for double dies, misaligned strikes, or any other anomalies in the design. If you see something that looks off or unique, that could be your ticket to a valuable find. If you're unsure about the coin's value, the next step is to have it professionally graded by a numismatist or a reputable coin grading service. These experts can assess the coin's authenticity, condition, and any potential minting errors, giving you a precise estimate of its worth. As we wrap up today's video, remember that the world of coin collecting is filled with opportunities to find hidden treasures in your everyday change. The 1985 Jefferson nickel, while seemingly ordinary, has the potential to be worth thousands of dollars. So, check your collections carefully. You never know what you might have. Top 5, we're focusing on a seemingly simple coin that could be worth far more than you think. That's right, we're talking about the 1990 United States 5-cent coin, or as most of us know it, the Jefferson nickel. While this coin may appear to be just another nickel from the 1990s, hold tight because it has a lot more value than you might expect. By the end of this video, you'll be shocked at what this coin could be worth. Let's rewind the clock to 1990. The world was changing rapidly. The 80s were over, and the 90s brought with it the dawn of the digital age. The internet was starting to take off. The first cell phones were making their way into people's hands, and the economy was doing well. In terms of coinage, 1990 was another year in a long line of minted Jefferson nickels. While the coin's design had remained largely unchanged since 1938, the year 1990 marked an important era in the history of U.S. currency. Little did anyone know, this very coin would hold the potential to be a true collector's item. The Jefferson nickel features the profile of President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, and on the reverse, the iconic Monticello, his historic home in Virginia. This design has been a staple of U.S. coinage for over 80 years, making it a familiar sight in everyday transactions. But what makes the 1995 cent coin so special, and why is it suddenly worth so much? Let's start with the basics. Most 1990 nickels that have been circulated have seen years of use. They've been through wallets, pockets, and vending machines, which means they've probably picked up a few nicks, scratches, and signs of wear. So why would anyone care about a 1990 nickel that's been in circulation for decades? The answer lies in rarity, condition, and the possibility of minting errors. Condition is a huge factor when it comes to determining the value of a coin. While most 1990 nickels are not considered rare, those in pristine, uncirculated condition are quite valuable. Think about it. How often do you come across a coin that's never been used? Most people don't even pay attention to the condition of their everyday change. But for collectors, the story is different. Coins that have been kept in perfect condition, whether in protective cases or simply stored carefully, can skyrocket in value. If you've got a 1990 nickel that hasn't seen the light of day or been used in a transaction, you may have a gem on your hands. But it doesn't stop there. Minting errors are another crucial factor that could make your 1990 nickel worth a lot more. Sometimes during the production process, errors occur, misaligned dies, double dies, or off-center strikes can happen, which makes the coin unique. These errors are extremely valuable to collectors, and a small mistake can drastically increase the price of a coin. A 1990 nickel with a noticeable minting error is far more sought after than one without. One of the most desirable types of errors in coins like the 1990 nickel is the double die error, which occurs when the design is struck more than once, creating a doubled effect. The result is a distorted image or lettering on the coin, which makes it stand out from the rest. If you have a 1990 nickel with this kind of error, you might be sitting on something worth far more than just 5 cents. Now, let's get down to the big question. How much is a 1990 nickel actually worth? While it may seem like just a regular coin, the 1990 Jefferson nickel can be worth a significant amount if it's in uncirculated condition or has a rare minting error. Are you ready for the shocker? A well-preserved 1995-cent coin, or one with an error, could be worth a whopping $60,000. Yes, you heard that right, $60,000 for a single nickel. While most 1990 nickels are worth only 5 cents, those that are in pristine condition or feature a rare minting mistake can fetch jaw-dropping prices. Coin collectors are always on the lookout for these rare finds. And if you have one of these coins in your possession, you could be sitting on a small fortune. So, what should you do if you think you might have a valuable 1990 nickel? First, take a careful look at its condition. Is it in pristine shape, showing no signs of wear or damage? If it looks like it's never been used, it could already be worth more than 5 cents. Next, examine the coin for any unusual characteristics or minting errors. Look for signs of misalignment, doubling of the design, or any other abnormalities that could make the coin unique. If you think you have an error coin, your next step is to have it professionally graded by a numismatist or a trusted coin grading service. These experts will give you an accurate assessment of its value and condition, and they can help you determine if your coin has what it takes to make it to the big leagues. As we wrap up today's video, remember that sometimes the most ordinary coins can hold extraordinary value. The 1990 Jefferson nickel, while not rare in general, could be worth thousands of dollars if it's in the right condition or features a rare minting error. If you have a 1990 nickel in your collection, it's worth a second look. You never know what you might have. If you enjoyed today's video and want to learn more about rare coins, valuable finds, and the exciting world of numismatics, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new discovery. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting!